if you guys like this video, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you guys are interested in a personal session, check out my website, readingswithbreanne.com. Let's dive into the topic for today. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel, and if you guys are new here, then welcome as well. I'm really excited to be doing a tarot reading, and we're going to do a crystal ball gazing today on this Mercury retrograde. At this point, we are a few days into it, and I have to say, for me personally, it has been extremely intense. So I wanted to do a overall energy report to see what's coming out for the collective. So let's dive right in. So let's dive into a tarot reading and see what messages are coming up in terms of why it feels so incredibly intense. Again, let me know down below how you guys are doing and making it through this retrograde so far. We'll see what comes out more of the crystal ball. When I was just doing a quick mini gaze before I got on here, I was seeing lots of energy of like glyphs, like almost like hieroglyphs or solar codes. Look at this fire energy. And there's something to do with, again, the nervous system and the sun. So we'll be curious to see what comes out of the tarot today, but let's dive in and see what messages are coming out when it comes to the collective and this Mercury retrograde. What can you share, Spirit? We got the Strength, Three of Swords, Seven of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Four of Wands. See if you guys can get it all in there. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, and Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. All right, and we have Four of Pentacles on the back of the deck. So when we look at Leo and it ruling our, like, the ego, the identity here, leadership, creativity, right? That's the inner child. And it feels like it's so sensitive too for a lot of people because it acts as that mirror. We're going to pull a few oracles too. Of course, I have to bring out my favorite ones, but I have this moon deck that I haven't used for so long. So let's pull one of these and see what else can you share when it comes to this Mercury retrograde. Time to breathe out. Let's get one more. You know what's interesting, you guys? We have prosperity lies ahead. And what's really cool here is we have the Ten of Pentacles coming out. So I've got a full table here today. So let's see if we can get it all in. Back of the deck is working on your fears. And let's pull a... let's pull an oracle. What else can you share, Spirit, about the overall Mercury retrograde? Okay, we have the Father that wanted to fly out, and let's take one more. Ooh, the Father, and we have the Kiss with the Forest on the back of the deck. So let's dissect these a little bit, and then we'll do a crystal ball gazing as well. But I have to say, like, based off this energy, I mean, again, looking at this retrograde, it's not just about the glitches or, let's say, communication mishaps here. It's really about the soul level calibration on our identity and who we think we are. That's the big message that's coming out here. So let's dive into the specific cards first and see what's coming out. I mean, for me personally, I have had a lot of my, past things that I thought, again, we've dealt with, but they've been resurfacing. A lot of triggers and traumas from the past coming out to, like, stare us in the face, okay? On a physical level, my goodness, nervous system is feeling completely like it's vibrating. Please let me know how you guys feel. But I went through a bout of really bad nerve pain, and not only that, it's like my whole inner system felt like it was, I guess how I can explain it is like vibrating on a just completely different level. So massive energy and upgrades. And then when we're looking at this Leo being ruled by the sun, we have there's the sun right there. I knew the sun was going to come out. The Four of Pentacles. It's like things that we've been holding onto too tightly are being illuminated here. So again, during these times where there are quite big solar flares and, let's say, light code energies, they really amplify the intensity within the body, the mind, the spirit, and it kind of creates, like, within this retrograde, it's like I'm feeling like a scrambling of, it's like seeing a Rubik's cube and it's scrambling. And it's like a scrambling of energies and creating that kind of push-pull between, again, the downloads that are coming in, but also the shutdowns, okay? So let's take a look again at these cards here, because when we look at the strength that's coming out, this is over the placement of the collective's mental energy. And right now when I see this, it feels like, for the most part, we're trying to hold it together, okay? We're trying to hold it together mentally, and it's like we feel strong because it's that inner sense of feeling that inner strength, but it's also trying to maintain control while everything is falling apart, right? And I don't know how many, lovely souls I've been able to chat to lately when it comes to my sessions and clients, and it's like their whole world is being like flipped inside out. It's completely that. I'm surprised the Tower moment didn't come out, because that's what I'm getting here. It's just like everything is, being kind of brought down, but we're being kind of guided to carry that inner resilience and that inner strength, okay? Big Leo. And we have Leo season. We have the Leo energy, and with that Leo strength card. So very fitting there. So it's a lot of it, again, is coming from, I feel like some of us too are overcompensating with trying to be okay when it's not, okay? So it's not about trying to bypass or pretend these certain, maybe inner feelings or inner thoughts that are coming up. Like, it's okay to look at those and observe them and not just pretend they don't exist. Because again, when we just put them in the backpack behind us or throw it in the bag, they're going to come out again if we do not surrender to them. If we look at what is the truth that's trying to form here or trying to rise, we have the Three of Swords, and this is a deep heartbreak. This is a betrayal, and it's showing too, like, there is, again, old grief, you guys, surfacing for so many of us right now, especially under the Mercury retrograde pressure. It's a warning to, when it comes to physical. Okay, it's interesting because when I was going through my personal let's say health situation over these past few days here, this Three of Swords, if we look at it as our heart, my heart was like do like going so fast. And it's almost like my inner self was having an anxiety attack. And it's a big message to, again, saying that we need to witness the pain. So bringing our attention to the heart, bringing our attention to the self, and again, not ignoring it, you guys. It's here for a reason. So if you guys are struggling right now, it's here so we can look at that, to surrender it. Okay, so things may still have like armor up with that four of Pentacles. It's kind of the barrier, the walls that we've built up over traumas and things that have happened and hurt us in the past. But this pain is being called to be witnessed, okay, you guys? Because when we look at the next card, which is in the placement of what identity or ego pattern is collapsing right now, we've got the Seven of Swords there. And this is the lies. This is the pattern of secrecy. And we kind of often, put these walls and barriers up to protect ourselves from being vulnerable, okay? And that's what's collapsing right now. So we are being kind of urged to be vulnerable with, again, ourselves. And it's almost like a feeling of that ego death that's coming out, okay? So it's dismantling a persona that's been used, or we've like shielded up within ourselves to protect ourselves, okay? So the truth is leaking out, you guys, and that, yes, is in our personal life, but when we look at what is going on collectively, and all the lies and all the manipulation. This is also, look at this, exposure, leaks with the truth coming out, okay? On a global collective level, when we're looking at politics, when we're looking at the economy, things are going to start to shift here. Maybe a little intense, but they're starting to shift, okay? Let's look at the Three of Pentacles and the body. Like, what within the body is shutting down here? We have Three of Pentacles, and it's the feeling of being like unsupported, like nobody understands. And there's that sense of carrying that burden, or having to like project that image of being, maybe likable, or, you're not your true authentic self because you're always trying to appease others here. So what I can say with this in this placement too is also showing, that energy of people feeling like the soul is feeling fatigued because we are so focused on holding up a structure when we're not feeling seen. Okay, you guys? Now, what wisdom is going to come out of this Mercury retrograde? We have the Four of Wands, and I like this because this is again a portal opening. Like, look at these wands. Through these wands, there is a portal opening that has real joy. It has potential of soul alignment as well. And it's really showing like once you walk through the discomfort, you guys, this is when your soul prepares you for greater things. This is a true celebration, and this is coming together with soul tribes. So for many people in your life too, I'm feeling like there is a consistent pattern of old people falling away, and we beginning to find our new soul tribe and coming together with that. So you're gonna find like a greater sense of a lot of people just connecting with a whole new family, and it is a beautiful thing because I see this as also like the darkness here is guiding us to a sacred union with others, but also with ourselves, and that's truly, truly important. Okay, we also have the Ace of Pentacles. We have really good energy, you guys. Through this pain is massive transformations, massive. Ace of Pentacles is showing in the position of what advice can Spirit share with us when it comes to realigning to our systems here. And this is showing starting simple, okay? Bringing awareness back to the earth plane. So many of us are so focused on almost getting out of this body and wanting to go into these high levels of maybe intense meditation, or just a need to just escape, right? And I have to say, we are here to have a 3D experience in this physical body, and this is about starting in this physical plane, being present with ourselves, okay? And this is again bringing that awareness back. So focusing on your food, focusing on your body, focusing on your connection with nature. Look at this card. I love this. And you guys, look at this. We even have on the back of the deck the forest, and we have the Father. Look at all the trees. There's something very significant about that sacred union with self and within nature. Now, if we look at where the collective is merging, like after this Mercury retrograde and we come out into a whole new energy, where are we ending up here as a collective here? 10 of Pentacles. This is us building, you guys, something long lasting, and this is a legacy. So this is not just ourselves. This is about connecting with communities, connecting with our soul tribes here, and really our soul wanting to create that legacy and healing, because that comes through family, through ancestors, and just knowing that you guys, we are not alone here, or we're not meant to suffer in silence, okay? Really important message coming out there. Lots of long-term stability, and I wanted to look into a couple things too, because I see, look at this. So many of us have been, kind of veering our directions in terms of like certain wealth programs or abundance. And I see us entering collectively into a period where the economy is going to change. There are programs coming out here. We're still not through all of it yet, and it's going to take time. This is a longer energy, a longer term energy. So it's like building upon stable foundations, stable grounds. But those elites that have been hoarding same things for centuries. There's a switch and a turn, and this is beautiful, you guys. Prosperity lies ahead here. So I do love this energy that's coming out for this Mercury retrograde, even though it's intense. All right, so I'm just going to take a few moments and see what else I can get from the crystal ball. And then I thought maybe we'd even pull a couple of my cool transparent tarot deck that I got from my lovely Lady Marsha. So let's see what other messages are coming out here. Okay, so there are a couple things, but the first thing I want to talk about again is on like a global, let's say collective level here. I'm seeing planes again. I have talked quite a bit about, again, when it comes to numerology. Last time I did do I think my July energy report. It was my June energy report. I did say I predicted another plane incident, and I think I predicted that on June 11th, which I believe was accurate with that airlines that went down, the Air India. I have to say, I do see a lot of images of planes coming up again. Now, I'm not sure. It's interesting because the one I'm seeing is almost like these dots behind the plane, like I'm just seeing like black dots like trailing behind it. So I'm not sure if this is a representation again of another plane incident going down, or if this could just represent a delay in certain travels and technologies. Because again, Mercury retrograde is very known for miscommunications, especially when it comes to phones, internet, technologies, but something to do with planes as well. Okay, and when we're looking at specific dates, we are in Mercury retrograde for a little while still. It just started a few days ago, and we could be looking at key dates to pay attention to. I'm going with July 29th is a big one, and August 11th as well. So these days are days to look, pay attention to when it comes to issues with travel. Okay. But I also want to say I'm seeing something very interesting, and I feel like this is a symbolism. But you guys remember Mr. Potato Head, where you can put different parts and ears and noses, and just like that whole restructuring of the Mr. Potato Head. And I'm seeing this as well for us. So it's almost like we are being reconstructed, and the strength, remember we have the strength here, the strength is that we've been clinging on to now is now like alchemizing into truth here, because I'm seeing that Ace of Swords come up, and that's all about truth. Okay, so it's showing letting our heartbreak speak, because that Three of Swords, that heartbreak, and it's not about us being broken, you guys. It's just about us breaking through. That's what I see. Okay. And knowing that we can build this together. We don't have to be alone within this. This is about a community, especially look at that. 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 10. There's nothing here about being in hermit mode. This is all about connecting with our true soul tribe. So I love that energy. So when we look at connecting as well, some of the energies that's coming out here and some of the oracles, because I am seeing again lots of trees, or a symbolism of just being in nature, that comes out very strongly in the tarot. But if we look at the forest, let's start there. The forest again, it's all about that magical energy. And again, I've said this multiple times, but bringing the magic back into your day-to-day life. But this is also that sacred initiation. That's what I'm seeing here. It's being lost in the darkness of the woods here, but it's through that darkness, there's a transformation. The forest is let's say a realm of the unknown, right? And we must surrender control here and walk with, let's say faith, and not just our sight. Okay. It's not just about what we can see with these 2 eyes. So the hidden energy and hidden truth with this is really about us being reborn in the womb of Earth, of Mother Gaia here. Really beautiful energy. So the shutdown, you guys, the shutdown, even if there is, I'm seeing too, I don't know if there's like a severe, I don't know where this could be, but I'm seeing like lightning strikes. So it's like this could be a representation, or it could be an actual like storm that's happening somewhere. This is like a strike of a shutdown, but the shutdown is something that is being cocooned. It's like a sacred cocoon, and it being paired with the Three of Swords is showing that we're shedding the false maps and we're learning to trust the inner compass. Okay, that's what I see here. So again, that father represents that masculine energy, or the divine creator, and it's really about reclaiming, let's say, the healthy masculine, and not that protector that has to suffer in silence. Okay. And you know what? It's interesting too, because there's so much here about reconnecting. Like, look at the kiss. The kiss is all about a desire to reconnect. It's a desire to light that fire, to be passionate. And, it's about the intimacy after an isolation, from what I get. Okay, you guys? I'm gonna clean these ones up here, and let's pull another tarot spread on with our transparent oracles and see what comes out, and see what other messages want to be shared today. All right, so I'm just gonna put this cloth down so you guys can see the cards a bit better. This is the transparent tarot deck. Super stunning, super unique. I'm in love with it. So let's see what messages it has when it comes to this Mercury retrograde. What does the collective need to know? What else can you share when it comes to this Mercury retrograde, Spirit? All right, so let's see. We have the Queen of Swords. So with this deck, it is very, I'm still getting used to it myself, but it's very interesting because you can lay them on top of each other to build upon a story. So far we have the Queen of Swords, and then we have the Seven of Wands. We have Three of Wands. And we have the Ten of Cups coming out. Let's get one more card with this one. All right. Now it's kind of cool because we also have that sun on the bottom of the deck as well. Surprise, surprise. Again, big when it comes to those. Look at that lightning bolt jolts. Oh my goodness, I was seeing lightning and I didn't even clue into that. I was seeing lightning like bolts in the crystal ball. So very interesting. So let's look at this a little bit deeper. With these cards, I'm still getting familiar with them, guys, so bear with me. But it looks like we have, again, the Ten of Cups, and then we have the Tower that is overline that emotional happiness, that complete union. So a lot of people's worlds right now are crumbling, okay? Because like I said, it's like everything's being like inverted. It's being turned inside out as well. And it's like when lightning strikes, it shatters the illusion of what is not meant to be here, okay? So it feels like for some of us too, like what would have brought like long lasting, let's say, happiness, it's becoming an illusion. And it's like that wake up call that's happening to so many of us right now. See this other pile too. It's kind of interesting. We had that Three of Wands, that did fly up on the top. But when we kind of look at these first two here, we have this Queen of Swords, and we have the Seven of Wands as well. When we look at the energy here, now the Queen of Swords really is about cutting through the truth. And then paired with the Seven of Wands, And also the Three of Wands, you guys, this is also about a position of holding your ground, even if it feels unstable or shaky here, okay? Because the Three of Wands is expressing that, you know, it's pointing to the future, it's pointing to expanding our horizons. And that is really based off of like our next manifestation or our next energy or timeline here is based off of the clarity that we've gained through these tower moments, okay? I want to actually look at this again on a physical level when it comes to certain symptoms, and I want to touch base on that for a moment. So let's look at, I'm going to start with this pile here. So again, we have, look at that lightning bolt, the tower, and we have the 10 of cups. And if we can even look at how that lightning bolt intersects and the energy within it, I'm going to get one oracle for this deck, Spirit. Okay, we have the warrior coming out. So it's a representation again of the nervous system. Okay, and this is something that has absolutely happened in my personal life here. Please let me know how you guys are doing. So this is about, again, the tower equals the nervous system and it's being overloaded here. So this is a surge through the body when we're looking at the nerves, when we're looking at tremors. This is collapsing structures on how the body used to operate, okay? And from what I can see, like the 10 of cups as well is all about that emotional illusion. And knowing that our body had to be okay or had to try to be perfect or lovable. You know what I mean? We're putting on this facade and we're not our true authentic selves. It's looking at breaking those structures down so we can build that. It's like a whole new reset from what I get, okay? So what I can see is like the nervous system is trying to purge, and what's interesting is like, let me know how your guys' dreams have been, because I have been having so many intense dreams from like white snakes, which snakes can also represent the Kundalini, the DNA activations and the upgrades, but I've also seen a lot of like extraterrestrial ships and that sort of thing in my dreams recently as well. So for you guys, if you guys are struggling right now, this is holding on to years, if not lifetimes, of pressure and traumas and triggers that are being resurfaced. And on top of that, Mother Earth is also purging here, okay? So, you know, it's really, the tower really triggers the nerves, the electrical buzzing, sleep disruptions. I don't know how you guys are sleeping, but I've been actually even personally taking melatonin to try to sleep at night. And it's like that, also the flight or flight, you know, response, the nervous response here. So really our bodies are saying like, I cannot hold this false joy anymore. And that's what's breaking through within our bodies. So it's like the body is a defender and a gatekeeper. And the Queen of Swords here as well is our higher selves or our central nervous system. And it is setting clear energetic boundaries, you guys, okay? And the 7 of Wands with the 3 of Wands is our cellular defense. It's our defense mechanism that's activating here. And it's showing like these possible toxins or ancestral patterns of interference, okay? But look at this. 3 of Wands is also showing that our energetic field is expanding beyond the old physical limitations. And that's what I love here. So it's like warrior mode activated. Look at that sun. Look at those DNA, the sun and solar DNAs activating here. So let me know how you guys are feeling. Are you guys feeling the buzzing in your, or hearing the sensations of the buzzing in the ears? I'm noticing a difference within every part of my physical body. So really intense. So good time as well when we're looking at cutting cords, surrendering, going into breath work. I mean, heart rate variability is a good thing to work with and practice. And also looking upwards. I mean, when you're stimulating and getting yourself into the theta. So in meditation, you know, looking upwards and focusing on those longer exhales. All right, the longer you can do, the longer in exhales, like 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out, you'll get yourself into that calm, relaxed state where then you can work on any of these additional traumas or triggers that are being activated here, okay, or causing us to like look at them. So overall, you guys, I really love to see what the energies were coming out today. And it's more about a purification that's happening from what I can see. And your body is rewiring for more life force. You know, when we look at the sun, vitality, it's the prana in the body, okay? So now I'm actually going to pull a few cards on the probability and see what the tarot cards have to say when it comes to a blackout, because I have done readings on blackouts before and I'm strongly getting that again, you guys. Is that going to happen in the next couple of weeks? So let's see what the tarot has to say. But when I was getting that lightning bolt in the crystal ball, of feeling like lightning strikes, and also the fact that we got that lightning, that tower moment and disruption within the systems, I feel like we can say I'm getting a lot about like the East Coast. And when the East Coast, and I'm also seeing some parts of maybe even Canada or like Germany too. Let's see, Spirit, what can you share? What is the overall energy when it comes to a potential blackout over the next couple weeks? What's the current probability of a blackout? 5 of Pentacles, you guys, out in the cold. 5 of Wands. This could be maybe over the next 5 weeks. Knight of Wands, 2 of Swords. See, it's interesting because I'm like, I feel like this is not just one specific spot. There's a couple different places I feel like that are coming up with this energy. But yes, it does look like there's some kind of a being out in the cold, some kind of outage. And we have the 2 of Swords in the outcome, which is a symbolism of like having your eye. Usually this is a card that has the lady has her blindfold on. This is a bit of a different deck. But let's look at the symbolism behind it too. We do have like the mountains. I'm getting something to do with potentially Germany here. And I gotta say, I keep seeing New York. I mean, you guys use your discernment, just a perspective that I'm getting, that I'm sharing here. But again, central Germany or southern Germany seems to be coming up really strongly when it potentially comes to some disruptions, when it comes to maybe even flights or blackouts, like technical glitches here. But I see this happening in potentially different parts of the world as well. But that's a big one that seems to be coming out. So interesting. So it's going to be a bit of a shaky couple weeks with this Mercury retrograde. Again, lots of, I feel like, disruptions when it comes to travel with this energy. Now, before we wrap up, I actually want to pull a couple cards on the, let's say, the economy, because we had a lot when it comes to prosperity, 10 of Pentacles coming out, and it feels like this is, we're entering into a period where there's some kind of a system flipped. But again, I'm always encouraging you guys to use your discernment because, you know, I have got in the past lots of, you know, funny business happening behind the scenes. So when it comes to like central banks, digital currency integrations and that sort of thing. So use your discernment, okay? What can you share, Spirit, about the momentum over the next couple of weeks when it comes to the economy, and specifically, let's look at the financial system. I'm going to get rid of this now. All right. 6 of Cups. There's that Queen of Swords that came out earlier, too. The Hermit. The Fool, you guys, look, it's like a reset. Is it a good reset? Oh, we've got Ace of Wands. We have Page of Pentacles. And there is that Tower moment with the 5 of Swords, you guys. So, very important. I am glad we looked at this. All right, so if we dive into this again, you guys, look at this. The Six of Cups, this is a representation of the collective being kind of lulled into better times as well. Even though I do think decentralization is coming, there are going to be some attempts to incorporate controlled systems into this. So very, very important to use your discernment with this. So again, this, from what I can see, is the public being emotionally softened or encouraged to trust the new system here, right? We have a soul level manipulation or pushing people to forget the previous red flags. This is something that's being worked on from the past. And it's just like the old system, but it's easier and it's faster and it's more reliable, right? That's the programming. When we look at the Fool, this is an initiation into something new. So it is that flipping the switch, because again, a lot of this is linked to the whole economy and the financial systems turning here. So this is already happening behind the scenes, you guys, and this is some leaders leading into digital ideas. Again, be cautious, because we have the central bank digital currencies, and more about believing that it's believing that it's the future without fully understanding its consequences. Because look at this outcome, okay? Look at this like shiny new coin. It's being pushed to something extremely positive, but look what it's aspecting, you guys, okay? So really, before you jump into something, you know, I see them launching certain initiatives like sign up now and you get this big bonus. But like, what are you signing up for, you guys? Please look into it. Does it have controlled systems behind it, or is it more decentralized? That's the big question, right? Because the truth here is, when we look at this, it's like a bit of a false freedom disguised as innovations here. Queen of Swords. This is again very calculated, very intellectual, but the Queen of Swords is emotionally disconnected. Look at all the crazy things that are happening. I wouldn't be surprised if there's something that is launched when it comes to a new system, when it comes to finances or the banking, close to another big event. Like, I'm getting big. I don't know if it's big as like the 9/11, but it's like something disrupts the collective to drop them into fear, and then they push the system, okay? So shows it's like also reprogramming too. It's through like strategic rollouts, and it's without little care for the collective. It's only for data, for order and control. Okay, that's what I see here. I don't see, yeah, are they gonna get away with it in terms of this? I mean, it's up to us as a collective. Are we gonna buy into it? So I'll say it again, use your discernment. Moving forward, again, when we look at the Ace of Wands being the outcome, this is a new system being activated, you guys. It is being activated. And it's sparked through an artificial fire. That's what I see. It's sparked through something that is fake and not genuine here. And when we see this, because look at this, we even have the Five of Swords on the back of the deck. This is somebody winning, wanting to win at all costs, not caring who they affect. So this is not for the best of the people from what I can see. So just be curious, but be open, because there's a lot here about AI or like biometric identity verification from what I can see. It's like a one card, one app system that's being launched out of convenience or comfort, but that's it. It's artificial, okay? Page of Pentacles. This is like something being test piloted here. And we have that Tower. So it's like no matter how polished this looks, it still needs to be pushed out there so the collective can choose. Okay, so it is a sudden switch. And you know what? This could be very much linked to a certain cybersecurity or a security breach, like a large one, okay? And I think there's been a lot of that energy that's happening as well. So, wow, that was quite interesting to see what came out there, but I'm gonna end that there. I love you guys tons. Please let me know what your thoughts are. I feel like we were able to kind of dive into a little bit of everything today when it comes to what we're going through as a collective, and then some things that are happening worldwide. So if you are interested in another similar reading or have any ideas of what you guys want to see, please let me know. Lots of love to you all, and until next time, bye for now, lovely souls.